Welcome back to coverage, well, to Little Ricker Show, and we just went over a little bit of college football. A little taste of Penn State. They open up against Temple Saturday at 3 at the Link. Uh, give you my thoughts. I think Penn State's going to have a 10-win season, and I put it out there. I believe they will beat Ohio State at Ohio State. So, enough on that. Now we're going to do a little high school football preview of the Tri-Valley League. We're going to start. We'll start with EJ. They got a new coach. He's not. Everybody knows who this guy is. Former coach at Upper Dauphin. He was there a year, and then came to Millersburg as an assistant for a couple years. Took over in '91, and lasted until 2000. Made districts at Millersburg twice. Played Scotland in '92. Controversial game there. Then the following year lost to Wyomissing. Defensive guy, pretty much he's a defensive guru. Then after Millersburg, he went to Lewistown, was an assistant. Then Then took over as head coach midway through the year. There were some changes. Then the transition with Indian Valley and Lewistown formed Mifflin County a couple years ago. Took over midway through there and then became their permanent coach. 2 years ago, they won the District 6 Quad A title. Took Erie McDowell to the limit, lost in overtime in a snowstorm. They were a couple games away for going to the state final. And then last year, slew of injuries, 1-9. Change of administration in the AD opened the position up. Pretty much fired. You might as well say he was fired, but wasn't. So EJ and Mifflin County flip-flop coaches. Brett Harmon, the former EJ coach, takes over at Mifflin County, and George Miskinnis takes over at EJ. They weren't real good last year. They were 2-8. They returned 5 starters offense, 4 on defense. Probably their main player, quarterback Chris Shulgin, and Mason Hambright. Probably their 2 notable players that I recognize from last year. This might be his toughest project, you might say. I thought he did a great job at Mifflin County. He's stuck with the Delaware wing T there. Last year he wanted to do more spread. He needed to because the speed guys, the way they're fast in the Mid-Penn Commonwealth and athletic, their ground and pound just they had the height, the weight. They just weren't strong in the trenches, but they had tons of injuries last year. Well, and that's why they were 1-9. But I thought for taking over a new program and being with the big boys in Mid-Penn, I thought he did a great job. So now coming back to the Tri-Valley League, don't know what he's gonna run. And all the previews and stuff that I look, it hasn't really. It's gonna be right if he's gonna go back to the wing T and try to pound and be a run team, or if he's gonna try and spread out and use the quarterback's ability. But I think he's probably gonna at least struggle this year. I would think. So, but I think he I think he might be the best coach that EJ's had since the early '90s with when Al Ream had him. Uh, so I think EJ got themselves a good coach. So we'll see what happens there. Halifax, they were 1-9 last year. They had a new coach, Bob Folk. They returned 7 starters on offense and defense. Their big guys are Mason Urban, quarterback. Eric Johnston, he's a running back, wide receiver, DB. You might say Bailey Woods and Alex Brzozowski are the other. Last year it was just turnovers, especially with Urban at quarterback taking over as a freshman. Wasn't accurate, but he has the size, and from reports I've heard, he's looked really good in the 2 scrimmages. So if they can limit the turnovers and make some big plays and stuff, they could make things interesting. Next, we'll go to Juniata. They are one of the favorites, one of the top 4 everybody's talking about. They return Chance Swartz, Tyler Clark. Those are their two big weapons. Swartz out of the backfield, Clark quarterback. They were 9-2 and co-champions with Newport. They return 9 starters on offense, 8 on defense. They get a test early, week 2, home against Newport. That'll be a big test, and their other big test will be October the 9th against Tri-Valley. But they get a test early against Newport to see where they stack up. And from what I just heard on Channel 8 on the preview, they might want to throw it a little more. So that'll be going against what Klingensmith, he likes to run the footballs. So that'll be interesting there. We'll go to Newport. They were the other co-champion, 9-3. They return 9 offense, 8 defense. Their 2 big guns, Dalton Klinger, running back, and their big lineman, Chance Allen. They return a lot. Everybody is a favorite of them. They are among the top 4 as well. They get Juniata and Steel High, who was a District 3 playoff contender. So they get tested early. Let's go to Line Mountain quickly. 6 offense, 5 defense return. They were 5-6. Their big gun, Kenny Boyer, running back, and lineman Garrett Kiefer, who's getting some looks from D1 and D2 schools. They get Millersburg the 18th, Juniata, Tri-Valley. They get the gauntlet 3 straight weeks from September 18th to the 3rd. So they'll get tested early, and they will find out whether they're a good contender. Their line has always been good, but they need quarterback play. And that will be the problem for them. Then we'll talk to hometown Millersburg Indians, who were 6-6 last year, lost to Tri-Valley in the Eastern Conference Finals. Return a lot. 8 offense, 7 defense. Tons. I believe, I've said this to some people, I believe Millersburg has the best skilled people on offense in the entire Tri-Valley League. They return pretty much everybody. Christian Wingard, Austin Lehman, Hessen, Cole Schomper. Those are I think, a collective group. I think they are the best collective group. And also put Tyler Hessen in that mix. As a group, they are the best. I think the best collective group in the Tri-Valley League. But the key for Miller, they return some linemen, Ben Bosdorf and Austin Hope, and also Matt Horkler's in that group, and Gavin Carter. I believe he's out for this week. I've heard. I'm not positive, but I've heard that. That would be a big blow tomorrow night. But they returned 3 or 4 fifths of their line and that is good. But that's going to be the key to the season, in my opinion, for Millersburg is the line. Can they protect Bird? Can they create holes for Cole Schomper in the run game? That way, they can have a nice balance run and pass. And also on defensively, we need to get to the quarterback and create turnovers. We really didn't do that last year. I thought we didn't create enough turnovers, and we need to tackle better. Obviously, I've seen some good things in the two scrimmages and some not so good things, but that's expected. It's for the first two scrimmages. This offense can be potent. It looks potent. I saw glimpses in the first scrimmage against a really good York Catholic team, what this offense is capable of doing. So they get really good. The first first two games, Tri Valley, Williams Valley. We'll see. That'll be a good test to see where Millersburg's at. Early on in the season. Tomorrow's a big game. I don't know if anybody knows Millersburg is a 4-point underdog up at Tri Valley. So good. It'd be a good test. Good test for the boys. But the top four is I'm not putting in any order. Juniata, Newport, Tri Valley, Millersburg. Those are everybody's top four, and I'm sticking with it. I am not gonna pick who I think is going to win the Tri-Valley League, as I'm affiliated with. I do stats for Millersburg. I will not pick who I think is going to win it. But it won't shock me who will win it. Let's go to Tri-Valley quick. They return All-State DB Jaden Buchanan, who will also be the quarterback. You got Hunter Herb, Chase Schaefer. They got almost 50 players out. So depth is going to be key for Tri-Valley. Millersburg has 29, 30 kids. Can't really afford injuries, so that's going to be an issue there. Susquehanna, they got 8 and 8 on both sides of the ball. Pine Grove, they're young. One starter returning on each side of the ball. They're going to struggle. Upper Dauphin, 5 and 6. 6 and 6. They got Aaron Cleveland at quarterback, Coy Rickard at running back. So they do have some linemen. I'm not sure. Williams Valley has the injury bug early, as Ryan Harris and Garrett Zerman are out with injuries. Key players on defense. They returned 6 offense, 5 defense. They were 6 and 5. You got the Raybach twins. They were good. They were good in the midgets. Now we'll see how they're good. And they open up against top 5 team in state and preseason in Marion Catholic. So they got a tough one to start the season. So that's my look at high school football. Everybody starts tomorrow. Good luck to all the teams. Hopefully it's a injury-free season, and I hope everybody has a good year, and that includes all the fall sports as well. When we come back, we're gonna talk Little League. Yes, I said it a couple days ago. I want to talk about Redland Little League. Oh, what a phenomenal job they did. So we're gonna discuss that. We're going to talk a little bit of Eagles and some Phillies, and then we'll call it a night. This is the Lowell Rickert Show. Oh, and we'll also maybe talk a little hockey. As a former Flyer and a Blackhawk are in some deep trouble. So this is the Lowell Rickert Show, Lowell Rickert Network. We'll be right back after this timeout.